healthy things are growing. Healthy things grow. If it could be love for someone. It could be your business, your body, obviously. It could be your church, your relationships, all of it. If it is growing, it's getting healthier. If it stops growing, your business, your love, your relationship, your body, all of those things begin to move the other direction and it begins to die, right? So I used to live in Clovis and we had orange trees all around us. And it was beautiful. It smelled wonderful. And every year, the orange tree would be a little bit bigger. The bark had gotten a little bit wider. And as it got bigger, there was more fruit. It was just every year you were like, wow, it's a lot of oranges. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger until it finally started dying. And that was when it immediately would be cut down and burned. Very interesting process, about every 7 years. And so when I looked at that and I thought about an analogy is, as long as that tree is growing, it's producing more and more fruit. As soon as it stops, that's it, it's cut off and it's done. That's what is happening and what God continues to push us towards in our own lives. As we are growing, as we're continuing to learn and put more in and do what God has called us to do, we're growing. And when we stop doing that, we begin dying. Here's what he says in verse 5. What, after all, is Apollos? And what is Paul? Only servants, through whom you came to believe, as the Lord has assigned to each his task. I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. The one who plants and the one who waters have one purpose, and they will each be rewarded according to their own labor. For we are co-workers in God's service. You are God's field, you are God's building. If I was to take a seed, and it was a pumpkin seed because that's what the bag told me it was, and I put that seed into the dirt, and I put good soil around it, and I begin to water it, and then after a while, this massive orange pumpkin came out. Can I really say I'm the one that grew that pumpkin? Absolutely. I'm going to tell everybody how I am amazing and I can grow pumpkins, right? But the reality is, I don't know how to grow pumpkins. I didn't even know that seed was going to do that if the package didn't tell me that it was going to do that. It's just this tiny little thing somehow through the miracle of God put out this pumpkin that is so mind-boggling. It explodes the mind. Maybe it's just my mind, but I'm just blown away that somehow a seed produces a pumpkin. Only God can do that. But, now catch this, church, I had a part to play in the process. I was allowed to be a part of it. I was allowed to plant it and put soil and water it. God did the miracle, but I got to be a part of the process. That's what God's doing with our lives. He's saying, let's be honest, God doesn't need us. God can do anything, right? But he tells us over and over, you're part of this. You're part of the process. There is a job for you. And